to Beyond the Mortgage. Affordable rates, affordable price, NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the Mortgage 246. You take the mortgage already, to make your pocket go empty. Beyond the Mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge, you want to purchase a city. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. Everything nice, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246. Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you so very much for tuning in. It is Monday. It's not the usual day for me to be on live. But you know how we do. We pop up at any time when we need to. And this week, we are celebrating the folks who are vying for the title of Dominica's next supermodel and Dominica's male model or next male model. So we're gonna be meeting with all of the models this week from Monday through Thursday. So I'm gonna be on social media with you every single day except Friday this week, and that's for now, right? Because things can change. Things can absolutely change. Right? And I just want to, first of all, start off by shouting out Ruth of Identity Management Inc. You know, big up to Ruth and the rest of the crew. And, thank you to all of the models who will be stopping off every single day. So we expect to have 4. Today we have 3, but we expect to have 4 every single day. And days where we have less, like today, we might have more on certain days, right? You just have to stay tuned. We'll let you know how it goes over the next couple of days as it happens. So we're going to be engaging with them. Of course, it is an opportunity for you to rally around your favorite model. It's an opportunity to get to know the models better, especially those of you who will be coming to the show on June the 15th. So that's an opportunity for you to see, okay, who you like, who you think can be a great spokesmodel. Yes, because, the spokesmodel segment of the competition is very tough, and it is where they get to really shine. Because nowadays, it's not just about ripping the runway. It's about your media skills, your personality, and all of that good stuff that comes with being, whether it's on air in terms of on social media, or if you're going to do it on radio, or if you simply have to do a video ad. How do you connect with people? How do you connect with products, and how do you interact on live, especially in impromptu moments when questions may be thrown your way and you might be saying, what do I say, or how do I handle this? A great opportunity, or this platform allows a great opportunity to kind of test the waters, right? Test the waters, get your feet wet, pluck your cherry, might I say. You never know. It might be your first time. For some, it might be the first time for some of these models actually being in this forum, and some of them are seasoned. And we'll get to meet them all during the course of this week. Hi, Chris. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Fernanda. Thanks for joining. Make sure when you guys join, you guys share the live. So thank you very much for those of you joining in. I want to say a special good evening to the folks who are locked in on YouTube, those of you who are locked in on LinkedIn, those of you on X. I actually just got a notification from X that there are folks locked in on X, and those of you who are locked in live on Facebook, which is usually where I direct a lot of the commentary or the comments. I get a lot of comments from that platform. I want to say good evening to you. And if you're on YouTube and you also like to interact, don't be a stranger. Let us know you're on. You put your comment up. If you have a question, you can also interact with us right here on the show. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I want to get into the models. I'll get to talking to the models because we have a few of them and we want to ask as many questions as we can, or as time will allow us to. So we're going to get through it. Before we do bring on the models, I want to send special thank you to my sponsors. Thank you to the Dominica. Of course, I want to say thank you, special thank you to Dominica's telecommunications provider, the number one telecommunications provider. I just want to big up Digicel. Also want to say thank you to the National Cooperative Credit Union, who is also a sponsor. They just launched their Vroom campaign. So if you're looking for, let me tell you, I'm looking for a Watsy because mine making blah, 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 blah. So y'all know where you need to go. Go to the NCCU for that. And also want to shout out Optical Services for coming on board. Big up to the folks at Optical Services. This week is actually the last week to take advantage of the promo going on at Optical Services, where you get to win a night for two at the Fort Young Hotel once you've purchased glasses from Optical Services. So let's get into this. I want to big up my assistant / associate producer. Big up to Samaj. Thank you very much. Big up to Aurel. Big up to the entire gang. Thank you very much for being here and for really helping me pull these interviews together and others, because we're always at it. Hi, I'm Jenny, and I see Dominica's next supermodel has logged in, so they're also on the live. We're gonna get this started. I remember was it last weekend? Ethan Toulon, who was the winner of, or who is, I should say, the winner of the 2023, or he's the reigning champion, I should say, the reigning supermodel or the reigning male model, participated in Mr. Caribbean, which was held in Curacao, and I felt he did very well, and I want to commend him on his effort. And I know a few folks were locked in and following as it happened. I personally was locked in to the Dominica's Next Supermodel Facebook page because there were updates being provided right on there for all of us. And I think he did a commendable job. So big up to you, Ethan Tula, out of Dominica. The competition was tight. There were a lot of folks, and probably, we'll invite you to the show so you share with us probably one of the days when we have the models on. You can hop on and tell us a little bit about the activity and how, or the competition, I should say, and how it went, your feedback, your reactions, and let us know, probably before the show starts, how you're gonna transition to giving this title over to someone else. All right, because somebody else is going to win this year. All right, so let's get ready for all of the participants who will be joining me. So we have today, let me just get them on. No particular order. So we have Omari who's joining
Hey,
us.
what's
Hi,
up?
Omari. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. We have Tanya joining. Hi, Tanya. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. And we have Justin. Hi, Justin.
Hello,
How are you?
and you?
Good, good, good. It's so lovely to have all of you on here this evening. Welcome to the show. And before we get started, I want to give you guys an opportunity to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about who you are, and probably tell us why you decided to participate in this competition. So I'll open up the floor in the same order that I invited you on. So, Omari, you go first, and introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Omari James. I'm a artist, chef, performative artist, otherwise known as Avatar Omish. I make indie music, rap, grunge, like stuff that really brings joy to me. I Some of my hobbies, I would say playing the guitar, really like practicing the strings and doing Diablo performances. The type of thing, what really got me to do this show was when my friend sent me the link, and I've always told my mom like I wanted to try modeling at least, to see how far I'll go in it and like what I will do. And yeah, so far I feel really good about it. So yeah.
Oh, you
Thank
giving me
you.
competition. Oh my God, I don't have all that experience. Oh God. Um, Hi, my name is Tanya Eugene. I'm from Grand Bay, big up South City. Sorry. um, most everybody knows me from Queen Show, and I was well known for that. And I feel the whole reason why I decided to join the Dominican Next Top Model is because I want a different image other than Queen Show. I want people to know me for me and my style and my taste, not a curated style, not a curated. Oh, I want everybody to know me as a person.
We'll talk a little bit about knowing you. So let's take a pin on that. And then we have Justin Moranci.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin Morancy, 20 years. I'm a performing artist as well as a what do you say, like an actual artist painting. Also a sous chef at Laku Dominica. I also like making music and writing poems, which I feel like got me through a lot. Oh yes, this got me through a lot in school because that's the way that I expressed how I felt day to day. Furthermore, I pursued modeling, I think, because it was one of my aspirations in high school. And I also used to like draw clothing, like fashion designing in my sketchbooks. And I got confidence from one of my friends to join. So I joined and I'm walking along that road.
Welcome all of you. Unfortunately, Tatiana was having issues logging on, and I know a few folks are asking for her. We're going to try and organize for it to happen differently so she can actually log on at some point. So we're gonna hope for the best, and I will encourage the all of the models to possibly we could do a little test run just to make sure that you guys have no difficulties joining in for the rest of the week, especially if people on Thursday cannot join. If they're having issues joining in, there's no other day right after Thursday. So we want to make sure that all of you get an opportunity to speak. So we want to encourage her to probably try logging on or try and alternate over the next couple of days. So, um, again, I will liaise with Ruth, and hopefully we can do a little test run so everybody's connection is on point. So I want to get started. First of all, with Omari, because we had Omari come on first, and
Yeah.
you somewhat have a dual career. You're a chef, you're a rapper. How did you use these two creative pursuits, or how do you feel like these two pursuits complement each other, and how do they influence your approach to modeling Dominica's next male model competition?
Well, I'll first have to say both are very artistic, and that's where everything for me. I derive a lot from being artistic and being expressive. So with being a chef is being artistic and expressive. We really have to show um, your artistic side when you're plating the food, when you're cooking it. Being a rapper, being an artist. I really started off as an artist. That's what
Mhm.
that's why I started, and that's what I'm trying to promote.
Mhm.
But like being an artist, you have to there's levels to it. Like when you start off, just like when I started off cooking, I was pretty bad at it. I was bad at plating. I was bad at like seeing what's good on the plate, and like the eye you have to have for that stuff. Same with rapping, and I feel like the way I bring those that aspect of myself to the competition is that I gain confidence in it, and so I
Mhm.
feel like I have confidence to do other things that I put my mind to. So I don't know. That's the best way I can answer that question.
Thank you for sharing that with us. I have a question that I want to ask you, both you and Justin, but I'll hold that in my brain for the time. But look,
I I have a feeling that
prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourself. Um, Tanya, I wanna kind of find out a little bit about you. You know, you mentioned Dominica's Carnival Queen competition, which you participated in 2023,
Yes.
and you placed second. I mean, like, first of all, your reaction placed in second, or your reaction for the queen, was so like everybody was just like, oh my god, like what a different kind of a person, like I don't think we'd ever seen someone with that reaction where you were obviously happy, although you were part of the competition, you were obviously happy for the person who'd won over you, right? You already have a substantial amount of experience in pageantry and even modeling, because we see you oftentimes modeling at events, or work in various events, such as during the carnival season.
Yes.
What lessons did the specific competition, the Queen Show competition, teach you, and how are you able to actually apply them to achieve success in this competition? Because you mentioned about wanting your image to be somewhat different, or people knowing you for something else other than what they're accustomed to, which is Queen Show. Share with us how this specifically it applies to how you're going to put this towards Dominica's next supermodel competition this year. I know it's a long question. I hope I didn't lose you, but I wanted to kind of explain the fact that the question is derived from the fact that you're part of a contest before, or competition before, and there obviously will be lessons that you've learned from that from that competition. How are you going to apply this to Dominica's next supermodel?
Well, the first lesson I learned during Queen Show, mostly everybody that knew me before Queen Show knew that I was very shy. I was very to myself. I'll never expect myself to go up for a show like that.
Hmm.
And it put me in a setting where I have to be very vocal, and I have to stand up, and I have to speak my ideas. And it gave me the opportunity to be out in the world and stop hiding and be a little brave. And I feel that's a good thing to have because from that show, I gained confidence. And I feel I can bring that confidence into the next show and do something even bigger and better.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Justin, this one's
This one's
Hi.
I am so intrigued that you, in addition to being a sous chef, you are an active performer in a local circus, and that's I think is quite unique. How do these diverse experiences influence your approach to modeling, and what skills do you have or have you gained from these roles that you believe will actually benefit you in this competition?
Well, I feel like for the circus, it's all about form because I do aerials and acrobats. So for me, it's a very huge thing, and also the way that you make your body like look, because you can't just like go around like spinning or flipping and like your all your body parts are all over the place because that does not look good. Um, so I think it's about like control, and I would say that it does give confidence in the circus because I have gone to like places like Martinique and Guadeloupe and performed in front of like over 100 people or whatever.
Mhm.
Also in Dominica, but at the same time, it's a different kind of confidence. But I would say that I will have a sense of confidence from the artistic perspective
Mhm.
because it allows me to express myself confidently. But really and truly, I will not know until the night of the show. I will say no, but I feel like my past experiences will help me, especially as a performative artist.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I mean, I've seen all your photos. All of you take beautiful photos. You know,
Thank you.
you guys over the last couple of weeks you've been modeling, and I must say kudos to identity management for really putting y'all or giving y'all opportunities to not only do individual portrait modeling but to model for companies. I've seen you guys modeling, doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, and even just looking at the photos, like or even just looking at your very first photo shoot and seeing doing your little profile portrait shot, and then seeing all the different photos and I mean, we do see a lot of your personalities in the photos. So I must commend you all for really bringing out that aspect, or commend the company for bringing out that aspect in each and every one of you. It shows a high level, or it promotes a high level of individualism, so that you're not trying to be or mimic somebody else. But I
Right.
can't help but talk about what is the competition like at Laku, because we have two of you who work in the same establishment, and you are going up for Dominica's next male model. What is it like working with each other? And I'm gonna single you out, you both out. What is it like, Omari? What is it like working with Justin and knowing that there's a possibility he could kick your ass on the night of June the 15th? And vice versa. Like, I want to know.
Wow, that's a very
You have
direct,
more
a very
aggression than
direct
they
question
do.
right
Oh
there.
my
It's
God. But I
it's
want to know.
it's
I
very
want to know.
interesting because I'm going to stop saying Justin and I are like brothers to each other. Like I genuinely think Justin is my older brother. Oh, well, because he's older than me. That's the only reason. If he's younger than me, he'd be my younger brother. But yeah, um, working, I feel like we we're both very busy. So sometimes our life kind of just our life just keeps going and going, and when we see each other, it's actually fun. Like I like seeing Justin. Like I like working with Justin. Most of the times you have different shifts, but you know I want Justin to bring his A game because I'm going to bring my A game, and I want him to express himself same way I'm going to express myself because I know, to me personally, Justin is my only competition, and I'm going to leave it there.
Um,
Justin,
oh, you know,
Competition. Competition.
what do you think, Justin?
um, in regard to that question, I would think that is everything, but because I feel the same way. Um, I keep saying I'm a lot too. Sorry. Um, in the kitchen, when me and Mari work together, like I would say once every week, because I usually work in the mornings and he works in the night. But we usually have like a team of three that usually ends up working together at the night. And then I think like it's one of the most fun times to work because it can get stressful depending on when you're working and like how much people comes in and like depending on who you work with, it goes smoothly. And I feel like Omari and the other person, I'll not say their name, it's like makes everything easier when we all work together. Um, and I would say like in the competition, I was last year. I was also applying for the show, but then I
Mhm,
backed off because of a lack of confidence. And the
mhm.
friend you mentioned that gave me confidence to go up this year was Omari. So if it wasn't for like, I wouldn't say if it wasn't for him, but if it wasn't for the how do you say it, the boost I guess from Omari, then I think I would not have pursued this because I'm not the most like openly like outgoing person. But when I get in there, then I'm able to go. You know what I mean?
I
So
love to hear that. I love to hear
so I
that.
feel about yeah.
I absolutely love to hear that. You guys, and would you say that it's because you guys work together that you guys can, or because you're in a competition together, you can actually communicate really good at work? Like you've actually flipped the script
Um,
instead of saying I was going to be
Wait, wait,
competition.
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait,
mean,
wait.
like we knew we are both in the circus,
Ah,
so
Yeah,
um, I knew Mara before that, and I also like I wanted to be a chef since COVID because like during COVID, like not gonna lie to my teachers out there, when they had online classes, I used to be like watching cooking shows and practicing in the kitchen. And Omar told me that he worked as a chef, and I didn't believe him at first, and then
yeah, he
he
didn't
told
believe
my
me.
boss. He told his boss at the time, and then that's how I got the job at Laku. So
wow, wow, this is wonderful. I love to see the
a long time.
camaraderie between the two of you.
I
Um,
was,
yeah, go ahead, Amari.
I would say like before that, you weren't really on like the same wavelength. But it's kind of interesting when we started working together. We work more like of the same shifts together,
Hmm.
and it was difficult at first. Not difficult, but we could see we were always arguing and bickering, you know. But the more we worked together, the more we understood each other and grew from that, you know.
Wow, thank you for sharing that with us because a lot of times people feel like it's probably a woman thing and not necessarily a male thing. uh, because sometimes when women work together, I can only imagine, Tanya, if you were in a competition with somebody that you worked with or that you were working with, um I'm not 100% sure that you'll have as smooth sailing as Omari and Justine has expressed, because you tend to find women to be a little bit more cat-like at each other, and that is because it's typically our nature. Some women tend to take a different route, but that's typically the nature. Tanya, I want to actually talk to you a little bit about your rich history in terms of community involvement and even your volunteer work, because we speak about these two guys and what they're doing. But how do you believe your experiences in service and community development has actually shaped you, as a model or even as a competitor this year, for this Dominica's Next Supermodel competition?
In my opinion, it has shaped me to become more of a social person. So you were just explaining to them about like we how they're not having any conflicts between each other. And I am the type of person, I don't like conflict. I like everybody to be at peace and everybody to be happy. And because of that, in Queenshire, I was known as like the mother because I was always the one lightening the mood and like making everybody connect and interact. And I feel I brought that with me. And I still trying to keep to that. I always want to help. I always want to make everybody interact and everybody to talk and as much as possible because instead of us being like bickering against each other, it's better to work together and like put on a great show. So that is what community service has taught me, like to try to make everything amends, make everybody connect.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, with us, Tanya. I want to be jumping back and forth between the chat. and folks are actually asking about a circus and whether or not, because just like that, I didn't realize Dominica had a circus. Um,
We're there every day.
so you
Every
guys
day in
just kind of
gardens.
like raised the thing, like Dominica have a circus. I know I've seen people doing circus-like things at the gardens,
That's correct.
and I say circus-like things
That is
because
Y2Circative or Y2Circ on Instagram. Okay, guys, look it up.
oh, so you guys have actually put on shows in Dominica?
We have had two shows so
Dominica.
far. And the name of our shows is the Tree Show because like unlike the other circuses like in like Martinique or Guadeloupe and in Europe and America, we all know in Dominica there's no eye for arts really, and especially performative arts. So we don't have anywhere to train. So we do our practices on a tree in the gardens that we got permission from forestry, and that's where we have been for about 3 years now.
Wow, I did not know that. Like, I keep hearing you guys saying circus, and I'm like, probably something else they're talking about. Probably not really a, but you guys actually like have a group that you practice with. How many of you are in the I should say a company? Is it a company or what is it?
Um, I would say that we are sub this area for a group, school in Germany called Circative. We have maybe 30 members, but active members we have like 18, 20 of them. Um, and we have come pretty far by ourselves really. We went to last year. We only got to go to Martinique to perform at Les Artis show, but this year we got to go to Martinique and Guadeloupe in a span of 2 weeks. So it was like a little tour. And while we were in Guadeloupe, we had people at what's the name of that thing, Jazz and Creole. So like we have gotten pretty far, like on our own, a group of teenagers and 20-year-old.
Wow. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I am so impressed with those Gen Zs. And I keep telling people, like, give Gen Zs to rule the world, and they will, and give them, like, those old heads need to just go and give. I am so impressed with y'all that you guys have formed your own group and you're doing your own thing and you have permission to even use but gardens and you touring and y'all have not done anything. We need a performance in Dominica. Okay? And I will leave it at that. We'll talk offline about that because
Okay.
this is Dominica's next supermodel show, right? But I am so extremely impressed with what you guys have said and the fact that you guys are actually doing this and even you, Omari, talking about indie music. I was like, why you know about indie music? Let me tell you. Like,
We're
but
different. We're just different.
but that is it. That is it. I love it. I absolutely appreciate it. And I keep saying, like I was explaining to somebody just on the weekend, like just on Sunday, that millennials, which I fall under, we a bunch of like we straddle like all of these different like we think we know about Gen Zs. We understand Gen X a little bit. We have our own little personalities. Sometimes we are conflicted by what is right and what is wrong. But if you give Gen Zs the world, there'll be no wars. Everybody will be well fed. Like that is just seems to be what is being, like talk about
Like
performing
fast
arts
food.
and the fact that
Yeah.
there is none here in Dominica and you're unable to. I mean, we don't even have a player theater. Like our
We
like
have
No,
Yeah.
we
we have had
don't.
2 shows. Oh my yeah, we have had 2 shows. We had our last show, independent show, in March before we went to
wow,
Martinique. We had about 100 people there until the rain. Every time it rains, every
because
time.
you don't have a facility where you can actually where it's indoors, right? So
Yeah.
it's volations by the gardens in an
Mm.
open area kind of a thing. But I'm so impressed and
And
thank you guys
you need
for
to add the
sharing.
fact. You need to add the fact that they have no cushioning under that, right?
Yeah.
No cushioning at all.
So it's
Yeah.
fall and bless and get blessed.
But that's how
Like
you
you're
learn. That's how you learn.
Yeah. So that's why you have to like be very careful, and before you go up, you should try to learn things on the ground first, like body control.
what exactly do you guys do? Like what do you all do? Like what do you do, Omari, in this
Can I show you? Can I show you?
You can, sure, as long as it's not going to like break,
Hold
you
on.
can show me.
Hold
If
on.
you can, no hand from your ceiling, and scare me.
Hold on. Hold on.
But look, vibes on the show tonight.
Sadly, I cannot do the circus trick.
No,
Girl,
your sister was in it too.
it's
I
okay.
know my sister was in it as well.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys,
This
I
is
can't hear you because the headphones are in. So,
okay.
let's do
Okay.
it like
We
this.
Oh wow.
a whole show. We're
A
getting a
whole
whole show.
for free.
I waiting. I don't okay. All right. I think we're seeing something.
Oh.
Eh,
Wow.
eh. Where my reaction thing. Eh,
Small room.
oh my God.
That's it.
Guys, give a round of applause to Omari. Oh my God. I am so, so, so
You guys
impressed.
giving me so much pressure. I've got no skills now. Oh my god.
Somebody they're not competing with you.
So much
They're not
pressure.
competing against you. They're not competing against you, so you have nothing to worry about. I mean, I am absolutely impressed by y'all, and like I am almost moved to tears that you guys are not able to do what you absolutely love in a safe place, I should say, because by
Mhm.
right you should have things to fall on and all of these things, and it scares me a little, but at the same time it just shows how your mindsets are and how determined you guys are to do what you love. And I absolutely love that you're doing what you love. So
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that with us. Thank you very, very much for sharing that with us. Tanya, I want to speak a little bit to your passion for, because obviously you mentioned it, but the fact that you notice or you observe that, hey, they're not even doing this with anything to fall on. You have a passion for physical and mental health,
Yes.
particularly through your work as a peer counselor, as well as your studies in pre-health as a major in pre-health. How do you plan to integrate these interests into your modeling career? How do you plan to actually bring that, integrate that? Because somebody might say, "Oh, she's a modeler now. She's not doing this and this. Is she doing? How are you going to, or is modeling or the other just probably your career? Explain to us what you're planning to do in terms of integrating those two interests."
Well, I'm currently studying pre-health to go into nursing, so that is the physical aspect. I really want to take care of people and make sure that everybody is healthy. The mental aspect. Now, the mental aspect, it takes a lot of dedication. Like, if you want to get, for example, if you want to get a group up for mental awareness, in Dominica, you first have to get it passed by the parliament. And that is another challenge you have to go through. But as you said, Gen Z doesn't give up that easily. So
Government.
we've really been trying to push it and get the awareness out there. And the only thing we need to do is just get some bills passed, get some
Why you
bills.
think it's so important? Like why you think it's so important? And I'm playing devil's advocate because if people thought it was important, I would think that it would be already, right? But why do
It's
you think it's so important?
it's important because first of all, my generation constantly talking about it, and then they keep bringing us down. And you're not supposed to. You have to let them speak, let them preach, let them say what they have to say. You can't just keep bringing people down about how they feel and how they want to express themselves. And then when you actually do have a mental breakdown, they want to be like, "Oh, this child have a problem. This one has an issue. Somebody spoil him." No, darling, you did not let the person express themselves or say what they have to do, and you just let them go wild. That's not how it works. And we have a prejudice against mental health. And I feel in this day and age, it's 2023. We need to change that. It's
2024. It's
tw-
2024.
tw- in 2024. You see, I still stick in 2023 because so long we trying to do something about it, and everybody's just like, no, it's not that important. Yes, it is. We're in a new age.
What are some of the things, because you say you're talking about it amongst yourselves. What are
Yes.
some of the things young people around you are saying in terms of mental health? Because just saying, oh, we're talking about it, somebody might say, well, everybody does be talking about the fact those bus drivers want to raise their price of their
Free labor.
bus. Everybody is like, what exactly are the conversations like?
Most of the conversation is, and one that I always hearing about is like anxiety. We have a lot of young people with anxiety and the pressure of society and everything just making them very nervous, even for the environment, because you know that our generation very big on like protecting the environment, keeping it safe. And I recently had this conversation where we were talking about having anxiety just for the environment. And like, let's say my grandmother generation, when you come up to her and you'll be like, granny, don't do that, that's not good for the environment, you're not worried about the other generation, I'm very worried. They're like, no, 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 the earth's still going to be there, me that going to die. And I find that very messed up because a lot of young people anxious about the environment, anxious about food, they have anxiety, and we're not really speaking. Then they cannot really say anything about it because they'll just, people usually telling them, oh, you have to worry about that and this. That is not your concern. It is their concern because that is their actual feeling. That's
That's
what's
your reality.
exactly.
Do you guys also share the same sentiments as Tanya? I'm interested to know.
Yes, we can hear you.
Do you guys share the same sentiments?
I would say yes. And you can also see it on the roads, like all the vagrants on the roads. People are going, I guess, crazy. Like we don't have a asylum. We don't like have anything for any people who, I guess, have lost their mind, and they just are free to like walk the streets and they could hit anybody at any time. And there are also ways to prevent that, but like even things simple as therapy is like so expensive that if you want to go and work on yourself, then you have to pay like 100 EC or maybe sometimes a US dollars for one session. Like stuff like that is like so hard to reach, and like people just ignore it because it's hard to reach, or they don't even look to find it because of how hard it is to reach. And sometimes you have to go for it overseas online because it's not available. And yeah,
I'm getting emotional.
But it's true. It's true though. And like they created peer counseling to help the youth. You peer counseling peer so you can relate with one another.
This was not supposed to be that show. Okay? How does that make you feel, Justin, knowing that if you feel anxious, you really don't know what to do?
well, for me, I feel I'm fine because like I have a lot of like people that would, if I feel a certain way, I could go to someone. But like I still feel bad because there are a lot of people who don't have people to speak to, or they
Mm,
just feel comfortable talking to people, and a lot of people are scared, uncomfortable even expressing themselves because I guess it makes them feel weak, or it comes out as weak because of the way that we grow up in
yes.
Dominica. And
Or
I
like
feel,
people shutting them down, like shutting you down
yeah,
about your emotions. So yeah.
and I want to say this, but it can even be seen in the country in general, and I feel like that's one of our biggest like setbacks is something so little as no like mental health. That's why most people like they're just stuck in one place and they will never move forward because like something simple as mental health and being able to express yourself is a very huge thing, and it may not it's connected to so much other things in the country that nobody would never see because they were not able to speak about it.
Mm.
How about you, Omari?
I would say that's that's one of the reasons why, like Justin said, people feel so stuck, and because they feel so stuck, they feel a need to leave because like there's nothing here. So why not go look for it somewhere else? You know.
Yeah.
And with that comes one of the biggest problem in Dominica, which is brain drain. Like we have stopped talking about that topic where other people are leaving. Not really stop, but like it doesn't seem like people are acknowledging it as much as it's supposed to be acknowledged. We need the country to grow in population. I don't think people are realizing that Dominica is in a depopulate. What's the word? The population is declining basically,
Yes.
and it's all because of that. I mean, that's a very big reason, but it's all because of that. Yeah.
As you was mentioning about population decline and people leaving, it's like Dominica's so stuck in its past tense era, like back then, that they prejudice about everything and they never want to take new ideas as like an opportunity. Look at the fashion show we taking part in all now. This is the second year for the male top model, right? And a lot of them have prejudice against the male top model. All of them thinking, oh, you have to be gay, you have to be this for you to go up point. No, you don't. It's just a show
Our fashion sense.
to express guys for them to express their taste in fashion or to express something, their creativity. It's not, you don't have to be gay, you don't have to go that way or this way. No, it's just a show to be enjoyed and to show off your creativity.
And
And
boost your self-confidence as well.
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like because they have such a prejudice against it, they cannot even support their own people trying to present something that is worthwhile seeing. And that's just not, in my opinion, that's not a good thing because you cannot have any progress if you don't take a leap in something.
Do you feel socially y'all are stagnant? Like, do you guys, because somebody said to me on Friday that, and that was her exact words, because I asked her, I said to her, because she's working, and she has a good job, young person, and she's doing school part-time. And she says to me, she said, I said, how do what do you plan on doing, with your future? Because you're working, you're in school. I obviously felt, because she's in school and she's pursuing higher education, in the sense of once she graduates, she can land a job in Dominica, she can remain, right? And she said to me, Dominica is not for young people. Dominica is a great foundation to raise children, but once you become a teen into young adulthood, it's no longer for you. The next time you think of Dominica is for retirement. How do you guys feel about,
I
because
mean,
for
yeah.
me, I'll
I
I
tell
mean,
you,
feel all Gen Z say the same thing about that retirement.
I would
All
say
of
that
us.
I would say like something I always say is that the only way you can really enjoy Dominica is if you have money. And that is a fact because
No, you
you
forget
find
one
that
thing.
most
If you
people
have
that
money
visit,
and if you're influential,
yeah,
no,
because I'd
those
say like
influential
most people
deal
that
with that.
visit here, right? Like if you everyone has met somebody from another country, like you would see like they will always like tell you like, oh, why not going there? Like you have a waterfall there or a river there, or you have this there. But like, yeah, we have it, and we all know that we have it. But like to get there, you don't really have 3 days because you have to work, and because of the economy and low population, you don't even get a lot of money at the end of the day. And that's why people don't really go out on a Friday night. If you go to town, it's empty. On a Saturday night, it's empty because nobody has enough money to say like I just go and go out every Friday night or twice in a week because we don't get paid enough because the economy is really bad. And I think like that's just the fact of it. Like people really have to go leave Dominica to enjoy their young times. You know what I mean? Because if you do it here, then what actually are you doing? Most people that are young, they like you would see them getting into drugs, and there are a lot of people that I know that smoke, but smoke or do drugs or whatever. I don't know what you mean. How to say like drink alcohol, I guess, and smoke, but like it does not take over their lives because they have a passion. But most young people, especially most young males, they don't have a passion because I guess also they don't see the point in looking for it, or I guess they overthink actually having something to do other than
Mm-hmm.
um, those things.
Mhm.
And yes, sports is a good thing, but at the end of the day, if you go to another country, there are requirements if you want to play sports. But like here, obviously, we all know they even say in these songs that the rules don't actually exist. They are written, but they're not. They don't exist. So that's why most people they just like throwing themselves away. Like they go to school for no reason at this point, or they have all this knowledge for no reason because they end up going down the wrong path because there's no other path to go to if you don't actually search for it.
That's true.
This is actually breaking my heart. Like it honestly, like I wasn't expecting this. Like I did not. I have all my questions, like lined up. I wasn't expecting this to go this way because I mean we're talking about the show, but in talking about the show, I feel like a huge part of it is your life. This is what you guys are doing this. Some of you are doing it as to remain entertained, to as an outlet to express yourself, to
Mm-hmm.
build self confidence, and that is something that I've learned, through my interaction with Ruth, and even coming to your launch. Like I was so impressed, by all of you, the way you guys were behaving. Like it almost felt for a second like I was not in Dominica, like I was in another place. And then as soon as I left the, the lunch, I was like, oh, I'm back in Dominica. It just felt like you guys have created your own little community where you
Mm.
can express yourself, where you can sing and rap. We had people doing all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I was so absolutely impressed. And as somebody who's older than all of you, like I mean, I probably share some of your sentiments, not all, but a huge part of me not sharing all your sentiments is because I consider myself to be privileged in the sense of I was able to migrate. I was able to get status in a different country. So I'm privileged. And if things become too much for me, I can say, what, I'm out of here. Like I always have that option when I say privilege. Not privilege in the sense I'm better than anybody, but I have options. And a lot of young people don't have options, especially like you rightfully say, if you're not influential where you can probably go and get a loan to send your children to school. Like what happens to you if you just want to join a circus, for example? I mean, and that there's nothing wrong in joining a circus if that's what you want to do. What happens to if you want to become a top chef? How do you
Yeah,
explore and stuff? And I'm very happy to hear you guys be so expressive. It's like mouth open and story jump out. That was not the intent, but it shows that you are very sure of yourselves. You do have very strong personalities as far as I've seen, and I'm very impressed. I must say I'm very impressed. Omari, you definitely have strong aspirations to inspire a younger generation to embrace differences, and that is something that we learned. I learned about you. How do you plan to use your platform as a model, as and even an artist, to convey a message that will hopefully impact the audience?
Well, I think I'm gonna do that by just being me. And the reason I say that is because I'm just gonna go back a little bit. So I started making music, and obviously everyone starts off making rap music. So I started off making rap music. I was doing the typical rap flows, and then you know I found this beat. It was more like a singing type of. I had to sing on it, so I was like, let me try and sing on it. So I sang on it. I sent it to my friends. He was like, "That's ass," or like, that was trash. And I don't know. I feel like whenever someone tells me something is trash, it makes me want to do it even more, just to see if I can get better at it. So
True that.
instead of me, like my friends telling me that it's trash, and like me like reverting and like doing something to like please them, I feel like I went more into why I thought it was cool, and that's basically how I started off. And I started to go deeper into my interests, and whatever interests me, whether the product I produced was good or not, I saw the potential in it. and that's how I started making music at 14. I'm 19 right now, and I would say that's how I would say I'm an indie artist because I've made indie music, rock, grunge, um, R&B, and I've added my style to it. And I don't think I would have done that if I didn't find the uniqueness in me and the uniqueness in my voice. Because my voice, I don't know what to do with it sometimes. It's a mess. And so yeah, that's why I wrote. I want people to embrace the differences because the differences are what sets you apart. It's not only like trying to set yourself apart from someone, it's trying to find
Uniqueness.
uniqueness and accepting yourself for that. Because if you can't accept your unique um qualities, then you don't really accept yourself.
Mhm. Are all of you sponsored? I'm interested to know. And I this I don't know. And the reason why I'm asking this because I think it's so important that you guys receive support. Like I am.
That's true. And
Like
I love the fact that and you know seeing like everybody accepting their own unique self. Because before you have to follow the norms, everybody have to go a certain way. But now I can like in the models, each of them have their own little pizzazz to them, and I love the fact that all of
Yeah.
them showing off like this is me, this is my style. Even with the photo shoot we had with 93 K Studio,
mhm.
we had to choose our creative ideas, so we got to choose how we want to express our photos. And I saw all the other photos, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's it right there. I love how all of them had their different ideas of what looked good on them and what they want to portray. And I thought that was just so good.
My photos came out today, by the way, guys.
I
Go like it.
saw it.
I was about to say
I
that.
want the hats. I
Tanya,
want
big up to you for holding down the fort because I'm like my heart is feeling shattered right now. And like I just I just really want right now want to go in a corner and cry. Um because it honestly is breaking my heart that to know that again, are you guys sponsored? I want to know that.
yes.
So
I,
all
uh,
of you,
I
you're
Yes,
sponsored.
but
You're
not enough.
you're sponsored as well, Omari, right?
Say it again.
Are you sponsored for the show?
Yes, I got sponsors. Yes.
Fantastic. Can you guys share with us? Because it's so important to have finances pushing y'all, right?
Mhm.
Because it will motivate you. When you have money, when you see you have money, you feel a little bit, oh, I have money to buy my fabric. I don't have to feel stressed about it. I don't have to, worry about I can just go and express myself. Tell me a little bit about the people who support you on this journey. So I'll start with Justin, since they told
um on this journey, I'm supported by Laku at Melrose House,
you.
um, JD's Natural, and Astafans,
Fantastic.
and
Fantastic.
myself as well.
Fantastic. How
Big
about
up
you,
yourself.
Tanya?
I am sponsored by, well, one of my sponsor wants to remain anonymous. I'm sponsored by JD's Natural. Big up JD's. Always got my locks looking fresh. And Astafans as well.
Fantastic. And how about you, Omari?
I got a couple sponsors. First of all, I'm sponsored by La Cool. Shout out to my chefs. I'm sponsored by La Cool. I'm sponsored by Gold Center, that is right across from Payless. I'm
Mhm.
sponsored by Sherry's Barbershop. That's my uncle. He's across from Republic Bank. He's a barbershop, Haitian. And sponsored by Mikey's shop. Yes, Mikey's. Yes.
Mm. Tell me a little bit about you mentioned you have Haitian relatives. Is that what you just said, Omari?
Well, he married into the family.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Guys, we're coming to the end of the show, right?
Oh,
We've come to the end of the show. But it,
Already.
I mean, yes, we could say it forever, here forever and speak forever because I really enjoy this conversation and I really love every single one of your vibe. I love the energy that you guys are exhuming. Like you just seem like to be very sure of yourselves and I like respect because I know like a lot of times as Dominicans we tend to be very much academically inclined. Like we're smart, oh my god, I'm so smart, but then we a lot of us are socially crippled because we go out of Dominica and I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
We get to speak in audiences, we hear how people speak and we're just like, oh my god, like how do they know all of this, and we're smarter than them, Mark, you were plenty smarter than them, but we still feel a little stupid because we just socially awkward, right?
yeah.
And you guys seem to have like your own vibe going on, and I love it. That's why I tell you I love Gen Zs. I love Gen Zs. I absolutely love it. I love what you guys have brought here this evening. I mean, it was a very unexpected, like very unexpected. However, it was an opportunity for you guys to share, and I'm happy that you felt safe enough and comfortable enough to share those ideas and your thoughts with me, respectfully, because we live in an age or in a time where people sometimes our views wrong rub people the wrong way, and they tend to assume the worst, or they tend to make their own assumptions,
Hmm.
right? So I just want to say thank you to all of you. I want to big up before we're not done yet, but I don't want to forget this. I want to really big up Ruth Augustine
For
and
sure.
Yeah.
which done.
Yes. Yes.
I know. Let me tell
Shout
you.
out to Roof.
She
I
gave a
remember.
very safe place for young people to express
Yeah,
themselves.
she's our mom. She's our
She's
mom.
our mom, and like Ethan is dad. We literally call her mom, and Ethan is dad.
That is. Ruth started this.
Ethan can be my
Started
uncle. I
talking
won't
about
say.
this in my
Mostly.
living room years ago, right? And Ruth, I know you remember that it was my sister. I mean, she had this idea and she never let go of it, and she's continued. I know she's had difficulties and struggles, to get sponsors for the shows, to get and I want to encourage folks, businesses out there, if you're looking for a show that that is it's an all-rounder, you have all different personalities coming through. I love what she's done with all of the different photo shoots and how she's incorporated the sponsors into it. You guys have a spokesmodel, a spokesperson segment, and each of you have a product that you have to sell, and all of these different things. The audience will find out about it on the night of the show. I am excited to attend the show after just day one, like of interviewing y'all. Like I am a little nervous about the rest of the folks that are going to come on. I'm just wondering if I should have a box of tissue near me. What's going to happen? But I am really excited to see what you guys have in store. And I want to kind of give each of you an opportunity to share with us what folks can expect of you. So tell us a little bit about probably the segment that you're looking forward to the most, and what you're going to bring on the night of June the 15th.
Which one of us should go first?
I will say that
Or
I cannot.
the same order of when once I say, unless I call you out, it's the same order. Omari first, Tanya
Oh,
second, and Justin.
All right. All right. Well, what you can expect from me is that I want to surprise people. I really want to surprise people because kind of going out of my own comfort zone. I mean, I went out of my own comfort zone when I started wearing makeup for this thing, which has been a whole other interesting road because
Tell me about
trying,
that.
trying to figure out what works for your skin color is a very difficult process. Um, but what you guys can expect from me, the round that I am most um, I'm looking forward to the most is the Rococo Punk. If you know Rococo Punk, basically old fashioned royalty wear mixed with the punk nature of the modern era. And I'm looking forward to that because that is the round found it most difficult to prepare for. So when I'm finally done with what I have and I think it's good, you guys will see it.
Mm. How about you, Tanya?
The role I'm most excited for is spokesperson because I am very much
Ou
I
ame pale.
I do love talking and I love to make people laugh. So hopefully I can present that in the best way possible. And as well as the Rococo, because I feel that was the most challenging one. To find the item
Rock,
and to
rock.
get the look down, it was the most challenging of all. All the other looks not that hard to get, but the Rococo,
Yeah.
sweaty.
Thank you, Tanya and Justin.
I think I'm most excited for the I wouldn't say I'm the most excited for, but I'm very excited about the color blocking because I know that I'm going to do something different than everybody else. Um, Also the Rococo as well, but because I have an idea, but like I still haven't started that idea because I'm not too sure about the idea, but I know if I accomplish it, it will be like a very good idea. But I don't know.
No, you need to be
Um, like
nervous. All
the clothing
ideas.
is there, but like there's one more part that if I add, it would be amazing, you know. But like it's kind of difficult.
Well, I wish you well. I wish all of you well, and I want to give you guys the final opportunity to whether it is to invite people to come and see you, or you want to shout out people who have helped you along the way. The floor is yours to have your final say. So we'll start with Omari.
So I just want to shout out everyone who's watching this. Firstly, I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys get to see us and our interview. Shout out to Laku, obviously, my sponsor. Shout out to Goal Center, Sherry's shop, and Mikey's. A special shout out to Jesse and Sutherland. That's our boss at Laku because they really, help us and push forward what we need. And yes, my name is Amari James, model number 2.
Model number 2, Tanya.
Okay, I first would like to thank everyone for making it tonight and coming to Jail's live and for taking time to hear about our lives and what's going on with the show. I would love to thank my loctician because she always have my locks looking good, you know. And I want to thank Selena Bruno. She does my makeup. She has the face looking gorgeous. I want to thank my family and everyone that's supporting me and the other models. And I hope you'll be there to see young people express their creativity and be out in public and not be shamed. Please don't be mean, guys. I know after the show end, you guys are usually very mean. Don't be mean and just enjoy the show and enjoy what they are giving to you in their raw self on the 15th of June. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Tanya. Justin.
I want to say thank you to everyone, obviously supporting this live and the show, and thanks to JDs and Asa fans for actually seeing me out and helping me because they could have chosen not to. I want to say big thanks to Laku because most people, your business space will not help you just like that, and it's a family there, so I want to thank them for all the help. I also want to thank my family members that are supporting me and bigging me up, my best friends, and I want to thank everyone supporting me on social media, because one of my photo shoots I had to walk a long mile to take those pictures, and I was like, if we didn't get any support or like 80 likes, I would probably I don't know because it was a very hard trip. So I want to thank everyone.
As you
for
said,
support.
sponsors. As you said, sponsors. Like thank the sponsors like on major level, because the sponsors are literally the ones that are helping us be where we are right now with their assistance, maybe cash or fabric or beauty treatments. In all
I want
honesty,
more
thank you
sponsors.
guys for believing in us, our sponsors. Thank you guys for believing in us and giving us a chance to express ourselves.
I want to,
Yeah.
before y'all leave, I want to just jump on the chat just to hear what some of the folks are saying. But I also want to encourage each and every one of you to go under the chat as well, because some people may have commented about you. You know, you can respond at the engagement. Doesn't hurt nobody. Jessica Ricketts is saying, I don't think I've ever seen Jael get so emotional. Oh, Jessica, thank you. My sister, they're laughing at me. They say I like to cry. Um, Ethan is saying, look at my babies.
My Ethan.
He's here. Shervin Dominic is saying, one that big up Jody, Dublin, Dangleberg, forever supporting in one way or another. I agree. Jody has also supported my shows. So I completely agree with that statement, Shervin. Thanks for sharing. Mimi Piper says, thanks to all of you for being real and open. I am sure I'm going to that show now. Ooh, you get somebody that's exactly
Nice.
definitely coming to the show. Hannah Peter Dorval is saying, big up my girl. Kiki Joe is saying, right on. We have who else? CC said, I'm very proud. CC Bruno, very proud of you guys. Good luck. Great interview, guys. Well done. Um, Hannah is saying, I'd like to thank Jill. Hannah, you're welcome. Because you know Hannah is in the north, so she's happy that she got to see you guys, you know, on social media. And guys, I really want to encourage you guys, and I really want to lift you guys up. You know, you guys are gonna do great. I'm confident you guys are gonna do great. You definitely have a great spirit. And I'm looking forward to your performances on the night of June the 15th. I mean, you guys are not the first day, and let me tell you, y'all make it look rough for the others coming behind, right? Y'all definitely
No
brought
pressure, guys. No pressure.
Thank you.
definitely brought it,
Lots of pressure.
and I look forward to seeing you guys on June the 15th. Thank you very much for taking the time out to come on. I'm so sorry Tatiana couldn't be here with us, but I'm sure we're gonna try and get her on another evening. And hopefully we get to do a little test run with every single one of you. And thanks again to Identity Management for putting
Thank you,
on
Ruth.
a beautiful
Thank you, Mommy Ruth.
Thank you.
good show. All right, guys, have a good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Of course, this show was sponsored by National Cooperative Credit Union. We can't forget that without them, it would not be possible. So thank you very much, National Cooperative Credit Union. Public Services, thank you very much for for this. I mean, I'm so elated to see what's in store for the next couple of days. Like, I don't know about you. Like, I'm just like, listen, they're ready. Those young people are not playing. I think though, you know, just hearing them speak, and I probably should wait till the end of the week. But I think we need more forums where young people can express their desires, you know, and what their interests, how they feel, you know, and in a way that we can do something about it. So, in a way so that we can do something about it. So that we really know exactly how whatever is going on in society is impacting them. Because I wasn't ready for that. According to Kalinex, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, and I commend them on their courage and wanting to share. And I look forward to see what they have in store. I think it's going to be a great show. And if you're not sold yet, there's more to come. We're going to be on tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we're going to be bringing in all the different models that will be participating on the night of June the 15th. I want to say thanks to Ruth for allowing me to interview her participants. So thanks to Ruth for that. Rufus always, well, I've always been in Rufus corner, and Rufus always definitely been in mine. And I just really want to say how much I appreciate her, and I appreciate how far she's come, and how hard she's worked. And I remember times when, the show was all out of her pockets, and she just kept persevering. And it's very, very obvious she does have a love for young people. I mean, they refer to her as mommy, right? And you don't call any regular person your mom. It's somebody that you can see having your best interests at heart, and that shows significantly what type of person she is. Her characteristics, the fact that she doesn't just do this to make a buck. She's doing this because she genuinely loves young people and she wants to see them grow. And we've seen so many people grow out of Dominica's Next Supermodel. We've seen people like Nicole Morrison. Nicole Morrison was a Dominica's Next Supermodel. And we've seen Ethan. We've seen Mickey. We've seen like so many wonderful participants, even though they didn't make it through. Some of them have still, risen above and are doing wonderful things. And I just want to commend her on that. All right, guys, it's my time. It's my time. I'm gonna say good night. I want to say thank you very much to all of you for joining. I truly enjoyed the show, and I hope you did. And I will be back tomorrow with another show for you. So keep it locked. Make sure if you don't follow, share the live, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got folks on oh my God, we got folks. Alia was on YouTube saying, have fun out there, guys. We have folks locked on everywhere. I want to say thank you for every one of you who joined us here this evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
NCCU, your community financial partner, brings to you Beyond the Mortgage. Affordable rates, affordable price. NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the Mortgage 246. You take the mortgage already. To make your pocket go empty. Beyond the Mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge. You want to purchase a city. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. Everything nice. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246. Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.
I love the Kalinago territory, I love the Kalinago people, and I really embrace my culture.
How the hell do we expect to survive as a communal society in a capitalist system?
We need to teach that history that have not been taught.